What's up? Welcome to the first stream in a long time. Why? Because I got nothing better to do. And I had an idea for something. For content, if you will. Which is a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe course, track, whatever you want to call it, tier list. Not very original. Like, I saw this from Clint, Steven, and Connor. But I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart lately, so I wanted to do that. And so I'm gonna be ranking these here tracks. And ideally you'll be watching me, giving your opinion, if that's what you're into. Yeah, without much further ado, I would probably start after I turn my music down just a little bit. Ugh. It's actually impossible to do properly. Alright, where should we start? Maybe we'll just go in order here. I'm not sure these are in order. Let's start with Mario Kart Stadium. Yeah, I think is this the first track you play? This one's rather basic. I think it's the first one overall. Let's just put it in C for now. I'm not particularly fond of this track, but it's solid, I guess. And I think that's what most tracks in this game are. Like, just nothing special. Water Park, also very basic, not a lot of interesting stuff. The end section where you pop up your glider and you, yeah, fly towards the finishing line. There's these gondolas, or like this, what do you even call that? Something like the London Eye, where it's just, you have like a bunch of cabins that go round and round, and sometimes you'll hit a cabin. And that's really frustrating. So, I don't really like this. Like, there's these, things that cross you, that like basically drive like the opposite direction of you when you're underwater, where you can spin off of them. Those are pretty cool. But other than that, it's not very interesting. I'll put it in C for now. Sweet Sweet Canyon, more of the same. Even though there's a few interesting skips and the design is a lot more interesting than those two. Like, the water park's just so basic. It even has a boring name. Mario Kart Stadium is just also basic as hell. At least this one's sorta interesting. And there's like a few interesting skips. Or like one where you like drive through the donut if you have a mushroom. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Moving on. Thwomp Ruins. I mean, I like this track. I think it has, like, one really cool skip you can do with, like... I'm judging these on, like, 150cc. And also on how much I'm able to enjoy them with the sharp bike drift. Not the one that goes like a... That goes very round, much like a corner. That's, like, basically a half circle. I'm judging it on, like, the... Because that's what I like to drive, is the very tight drift. The very... Yeah, very. What should we call it? It's not round like the other one. It's just very tight. That drift that is exclusive to bikes, which not all bikes have. Some bikes have the round drift that all karts have, if you know what I mean. But yeah, you can do the skip with like both kinds of drift, which I like. And the design is pretty cool. Yeah, it has underwater section, has flying section. This one. No, that was don't want to get it confused with the DK one. Those are kind of similar, but this would be like high B probably. But I'll put everything into perspective. Mario Circuit. This is the figure 8 track that they heavily pushed in their ad campaign for Mario Kart 8. You know, it's also super basic. It has like a few cool shortcuts that are kind of risky, where you like drive past the piranha plants, and if one of them gets you while you're mushroomed, you're just stuck on the green, and your life is ruined. It's kind of interesting. But other than that, it's still pretty simple. It's kind of fun. It's one of the tracks that works better if it's fast. Like, I think this is probably even playable in 200cc, which I don't really care about, but it's like nice, I guess. So this is like also just a C, probably better than those two, maybe. I don't know. Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor is fine. You got a bunch of you got a few nice choices where you can decide between where you go. Like if you're gonna take the left path or the right path, you can go on the rooftops of the market, basically. So and then the finishing section with like these, not the subways. Yeah, those things that drive there that are depicted here. Those are pretty interesting. I'd probably put it ahead of Sweet Sweet Canyon. Just nice to drive. At the end, you know, mushrooms kind of. At the end, there's like this portion where you can go left here, and there's just like a bunch of boost pads or whatever. And there's no real point in going there. But other than that, you can make a few cool choices. There's also this section where you can drive on the wall, which nobody does because it's way slower. But that's like every driving on the wall section. Yeah. Next up, Boost Twisted Mansion. I like the starting part where you drive over the carpet and you can do tricks on it because it goes up and down. You have to time it. And then right at the start, there's the skip with the mushroom, which I don't think is bad. I like the skip with the mushroom. Other than that, underwater section feels kind of lame. Not really interesting. There's also this thing where you can go, where you pop out with your glider. Then you can choose whether you go on the upper path or the lower path. That's kind of cool. The section at the end with the knights trying to hit you, that's pretty good. So this is like also a B. It's definitely better than Sweet Sweet Canyon. Shy Guy Falls. This is probably an A because it's like really nice to drive on. Got some good segments with the water. Also has this thing with like Twisted Mansion where you can decide between the upper and lower, but the timing's more tight on that one. It's not as easy to pull off. I don't ever think I've taken the upper path, but it's just like very solid. Yeah, it's a good show of skill for most parts. I don't think there's any real shortcuts I can remember. Yeah, but I think it's an A. It's just like really clean and not boring. Cause like this is basic, right? But it's like good to drive. These are basic, but they're not really interesting to drive, and their theme is not really interesting. This one's pretty interesting. Sunshine Airport, that's either top of B or A. Because it's like super well done. The airport section is cool, there's skips, I like the crates moving around and you having to dodge them. Yeah, I like the air section of it. I like the shortcuts are not really good. Except for the last one at the very end where you can jump over the over the crates. That one's pretty cool. So I'd probably probably put it here for now. Yeah. Dolphin Shoals. I'm very split on this. I'm not gonna judge these tracks by music, but this, of course, is as a fire track. So the section with the rings feels kind of lame. I actually can't really notice the difference if I hit a ring or not. It feels kind of stupid. I really hate the pipe part where you're underwater and there's water flowing out of the pipes and you have to hit the water stream, otherwise you just fall down. It reminds me of the mushroom section, like in that on a mushroom map for Mario Kart Wii. It's just way worse. Just the pipes feel jank, like the water coming out feels jank. I don't enjoy that. Yeah, so I think I'd put it like low, because I like the eel section. I like the part where you're on the eel and you can trick non-stop. That feels kind of cool. And I think the design's pretty good. But I would put it at the end of B, probably. Maybe better than Sweet Sweet Canyon. Yeah. Electrodome. Electrodome is really solid. Cool theme. Nice to drive. Good anti-gravity sections where you can either go like on a pink track or the green track, even though I have no idea what the difference is. Yeah, nice glider section. A few potential skips with mushrooms that are just like basic, where you can just cut a corner. Yeah. In my opinion, Electrodome is inferior to the other music track. The other one's more interesting in my opinion, but I still like it a lot. It's like probably here? Yeah. Mount Warrior? Mount Warrior is my favorite track in the game, because it's so diverse. There's so many different sections, got different paths you can take. I like tracks that don't repeat a lap. Those are like 3 different laps in a sense, so it's just like start to finish. It has so many great sections, and it's kind of like the DK Snow one from Wii, where there's like, you feel like you're snowboarding a bunch of times. There's a lot of cool tricks you can do. There's a cool shortcut. There's a in-cave section. We can either choose to glide or not to glide, and then be in the water. So yeah, I think this track's goated. I love Mount Warrior. This is gotta be S for me. Cloudtop Truce, also very solid track. I like the in-ship part where you have to try to avoid hitting the barrels. I like the part on the plants. I like the bouncing on the clouds. Reminds me of bouncing on the mushrooms again from Mario Kart Wii. It has a cool shortcut that you don't need a mushroom for. You can do with either drift. That's really cool. The lightning section of this track is kind of whack. I don't love the lightning section. I think it's like, because like either you have like good timing or you don't. A lot of it's like out of your control, and if you get like a bad cycle, so to speak, you can't. Because you can. Sometimes it's just the middle one, because there'll be the choice between left or right, and then either the middle part, which you have to hit if you want to go fast on that speed thing or whatever. When there's lightning on that, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything about it. So if you get unlucky with the time, you're a lot slower. That's the only thing I don't like. Other than that, it's like really good. There's like probably an A. Bone Dry Dunes, I don't love like them like shooting coins on the track is pretty cool. Like it's a neat thing. But other than that, the skip is rather boring. That exists with a mushroom. It also has this like up and down section where you can choose to glide on the upper path or on the lower path, but then again, I don't love that. It's just kind of neat. I like Dry Bones walking on the track. That's cool. But other than that, these sections where you have to choose between one path or another, you can interchange kind of. They feel kind of jank to drive, especially on the faster CCs. They feel kind of weird. So yeah, this is like a B? Yeah. Bowser's Castle. I don't know. This has already been in the game a bunch. It's like very similar to the Wii one. I never understood like the path where the glide section where there's these lava fountains shooting up. Has anyone ever been hit by that? I don't feel like it actually can hit you. I like the fire wheels that you have to avoid, and like the kind of wrecking ball with spikes you have to avoid. And like I actually think you can like go pretty fast on this track, like go around all the corners. I like it with like the drift I prefer. I think that's pretty cool. The Bowser section where there's the giant Bowser just punches the track. Again, it feels like you can just get unlucky with the timing, which kind of sucks. But other than that, it's like pretty cool. This is like probably here. I don't really love the end part where there's the boulders. I don't think anyone gets hit by these boulders anyway. It's kind of like the old Donkey Kong stage. And then there's this thing where you can go up the ramp or you don't, or you just take the track that's like next to it. It's not really that interesting. I don't think people really use the ramp ever. Yeah, but like the front half of the track is really good and the back half kind of sucks. Like if it were all as good as the front half of the track, I would love it. I'd play that. Or like, not I'd play that, I think I would put it higher, like A or something. But it's not. Yeah. Rainbow Road. There's a bunch of Rainbow Roads in this game. I think this one fucking sucks. I think this one's like D or something, and I can explain why. The reason for that being is when you get like the tight drift, the really corner cutting drift, the one I prefer, the bike drift. On 150cc, you can't drift at all. You would have to actually deaccelerate a bunch of times so you just don't fall off the track. Because the track is so curved that you just shoot out on one end or the other. And anytime, because it's all anti-gravity for the most part at least, anytime you touch a different driver, you accelerate and you go off the track on like 150cc and more. It's just so frustrating. It's so stupid. So either you pick the kart with like, either you pick a kart or a bike which has the wide drift, or you're not gonna enjoy this track on like 150cc. On 100 it's probably fine, but I'm judging these on 150. Yeah, so this one really sucks. Moo Moo Meadows. I love Moo Moo Meadows. It's my favorite Wii track. Yes, I am streaming again. I'm not sure if you can call it again if I don't stream for half a year and then come back. I guess I'm just streaming. Forget my past exists. Moo Moo Meadows, yeah, I like that track since Wii, and I think they made it even better. I like everything about the track. I like having to dodge the cows. Yeah, I think the ambiance is nice. It looks real pretty. Everything feels kind of nice to drive. You can skip a bunch. Yeah, you can do a bunch of skips just by using mushrooms on the grass. Yeah, I think this is an A. Every time I'm driving this track, I enjoy it. I feel like it's fair. Mario Circuit. Ugh, this is the one with all the colorful blocks, right? This one's, which also has like oil on the track. There's like a one or two cool skips. Yeah, this is a Game Boy Advance track. Yeah, I think this one's very underwhelming. I don't love it. You're Corona proof? I don't think you're. You mean you're fully vaxxed? I don't think you could ever be Corona proof. That would be nice though. So Mario Circuit. This one's like, it's not really interesting. But I gotta put it like above all these. It's better than any of these. Is it better than Sweet Sweet Candy? It's probably like here. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Yeah, you're close. Yeah, you're as close as you can get, unless people start, you know, giving out third shots. That's when. Yeah. This is the closest you can get currently legally, which is fantastic. I'm getting my second one on the 10th, and then it's 2 more weeks, and then I'm fully waxed. Took forever. Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road is terrible. This one, yeah, there's multiple, right? But this one sucks. This one's terrible. Maybe I should put it in E tier, but I'll adjust it later. Cheap Cheap Beach is good. I like driving it. I like that you can choose to stay on a track or go underwater. I like having to dodge the crabs. The other beach track I would compare it to is like the Mario Kart Wii one, where there are these ducks that throw you up in the air. And I hated that. I'm glad they got rid of that. Yeah, this track's really vibrant. I like the sections. You can do like a nice skip on one corner when you use a mushroom. It is a really solid track. It's like probably... Ooh, this is tough. I don't want to put too much stuff in B. Let me put this here. Let me actually put these two up here. This is how I feel about it. What's up, Ice? Taking time out of your vacation to watch me? That's crazy. Toad's Turnpike. I like Toad's Turnpike, but if somebody tells me that they don't like it, I understand. Because, like, all the cars driving... Like, you having to dodge all the cars is kind of annoying. But usually, like, if you get a lead on this... If you get a good start on this track, you're gonna win. Because, like, you just get so far ahead. But if you get hit by something and then hit by a car... You can't remember this track? I don't blame you. It's just like a bunch of cars driving in the opposite direction of you. And sometimes there's some cars function as a ramp where they have like a boost on it. And also you can drive on the wall if you want to. But driving on the wall is super stupid because it's so much slower. I mean, I like this, right? This is like probably here. But is it an objectively good track? I'm not sure. I just like it. Dry Desert? Dry Desert's pretty good. I like it. I like jumping over like the fallen obelisks, doing tricks of them. Only thing is like this map's so open that if you get like a good mushroom in some section, you'll just be able to skip so much. So like item RNG is like pretty important. But other than that, it's fun to drive. It's probably not as good as the Wii Desert track, because you were like inside a temple for that. That was all really sick. But like there's this Oasis section where you can trick off these like torrents. That's pretty nice. Where would I put this? It's better than Dolphin Shoal. It's better than Twisted Mansion. Probably. Actually, I'd put it here for now. Donut Plains. I know Connor likes this map, but I hate it. I think it sucks. It's so boring to drive. The whole, like, being on a bridge section, or you can go in the water, that's cool and all. I don't like Donut Plains. Where would I put it? That's like, it's gotta be a D track, but there's no way it's as bad as Rainbow Road, so let me just put Rainbow Road down here. Royal Raceway. This is the best of the boring tracks, because it feels nice. Boring theme, but it just feels good to drive on. A lot of like long drifting sections, cool glider section. Nothing memorable. This is like better than Mario Circuit in my opinion. Got a lot of B stuff right now. You 100% agree? That's good to hear. DK Jungle. This is tough. Because there's a bunch of stuff I really like on this map. Like jumping on the mushroom. I just like jumping on mushrooms. But then there's like the skip at the end. At the very end, there's like there's two paths you can take. And on 150cc, it's pretty much impossible to take the skip with the drift I prefer. You need to have the white kart drift. And that knocks it down a bit, probably from A to B for me, because it's not as enjoyable with that in mind. So I would probably put it here. Yeah. Wario Stadium. Dude, I haven't played... Is this even in the rotation for online? I can't remember playing this stage at all, and I played like 200 games. Sunshine Airport doesn't resemble Mario Sunshine at all. Wait, there's a... But it has the Shine Sprite. But it has nothing to do with it otherwise. I wouldn't even known that that's where the title comes from. If it weren't for this like very small Shine Sprite here. Yeah. Yeah, it's not... It does... Wait, does it have the people? Does it have the people from the Mario Sunshine? Like the the chucksters and all that. They're not all called chucksters, but like the island inhabitants. Maybe they are on that track. You don't even notice, because then it would be a Sunshine Airport. There's actually a bunch of airport stages, or like at least one in Mario Sunshine, but doesn't look like that at all. So Wario Stadium, I haven't played it forever. I like it. There's a bunch of, I mean, yes, I mean the palm, I mean those palm people. I think they're kind of funny, but I'm not sure. I can't remember if they're like in there or not. Wario Stadium, actually kind of fun, kind of but not the best Wario track like throughout the history of Mario Kart. Oh, yeah, good song. But I like this. There's like a bunch of tricky sections. I don't really like the part where you're up on that structure, the metal one. But other than that, it's pretty good. But I can't remember playing it in forever. This stage never gets picked. Maybe it's not even in the rotation for some weird reason. Yeah, probably like here. Yeah. Sherbet Land. Honestly, this has like another world of its own, like where you can drive below the ice, under the water. But I really almost never do that. There's these people skating around, which you kind of have to dodge, and there's these ice things. I don't think I've ever touched one of these in my entire life. It's not all that interesting. The section inside the cave is kind of cool, inside the ice cave. So I'd probably put it here. I'll have to make some adjustments later. Okay, Music Park. This is like the better Electrodome in my opinion. There's just like a lot more going on. You drive on a piano, you bounce on drums. Yeah, it's pretty solid on GameCube. Yeah. I think I remember playing this on Double Dash. Yeah. Music Park? Music Park's gotta be A. I like it a lot. It has the piranha plants, it has the section with these bouncing notes where you can trick on the bounce, basically. There's a bunch of cool skips. Yeah, overall really solid. There's like... Actually, let me put this up here. Yoshi Valley? I hate Yoshi Valley. Why? Because it basically, the whole gimmick of this map is, at the start you get to decide a bunch of paths. Whereas, you have like 4 different options, which path you take. Which in theory sounds cool, if there just wasn't one that was a lot faster than any other one. And that's not the one I like to drive. The only reason I don't take that path is because I think there's value in like going on the road less traveled, where when you're not with all the other racers on the same path as all the other racers, there's less chance you get hit, but it's significantly slower. And I think if you're gonna make like all these different options, at least have some merit, right? But there's just one option that's better than all the others, which is so dumb. So this goes here. TikTok Clock, probably one of the most memorable DS stages. One of the only ones I can remember. I think it's really good. I think it's just like clean gameplay. I like having to dodge this thing that goes from left to right. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Just think a very solid track with an interesting theme. You can do a crazy skip where you like drive on one of the, I don't even know what it's called, like the thing that tells you what the time is on a clock. One of those, you can skip a pretty big part, but it's hard to pull off. And if not, you can just trick if you just drive over it regularly. Yeah, this has got to be an A tier. This is probably up there. I really like it. I think it's really clean, really interesting theme. I also like Piranha Plant Slide. Feels really good. I like the water section. I think it's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like is the gliding part at the end, where sometimes I don't like having the option to go too low. Where you just hit the wall, you don't make it up, and you just fall down. Why have that? I don't understand. But other than that, the like section in this, I guess it would be a tube, right? That's pretty a pipe. TikTok clock has nothing to do with the 64 stage. I mean, it looks kind of similar. But if there were like these enemies that went around that could shock you like it has in the 64 stage, or like maybe stages, maybe you could drive over a button and then there's some platforms that changed. That would be cool. But yeah, I don't think. But again, it's like really hard to have something be similar to like a stage. But I guess it's just like the name and the theme is sort of similar. Also forgot there's like these the section where you can trick a bunch on like rotating platforms. I like that a lot. That's something that gives me a dopamine hit every time. So where are we at? Piranha Plant Slide. Probably worse than Thwomp Ruins. Maybe top of B. This is pain. Come on, just. Yes, alright, like that. Thank you. Oh, my B section is way too big. I'm gonna have to clean some house later. Grumble Volcano is also one that I don't think is in the Mario Kart Online rotation. I don't remember the last time I've played this track. All I remember is thinking, yeah, this is better on Wii. It's alright. It's more interesting than, like, these. But is it as much fun to drive if, like, the jank platforms, the part of the stage is falling away? I don't love that. Maybe here. I'm gonna have to move a bunch of these down or up because my B tier is like half of the track list currently. Alright. A lot of people don't like the way this was executed, the N64 Rainbow Road, because it's just like a 3-lap track basically where you have 3 different laps and it just takes a minute and the thing's over. But I think every section is good. Like the section with the chain chomps going up and down where you can trick on like on the stage moving, doing like these waves basically. The part where you drive through the stars, the part at the beginning where you drive through the stars and go through the circles in the air. I just think this is really good. You can drive on it really nice compared to this piece of garbage. This is an A tier track in my opinion. It's just like a little short, but wait, I put yeah, it's gotta be up here. It's gotta be up here. Yoshi Circuit. You can't really screw this one up. I think a lot of people feel like it was screwed up by making it like 3 different laps. But yeah, I just think this is a really good track. And it's so much better than this Rainbow Road, right? Yoshi Circuit. Yoshi Circuit. How do I feel about Yoshi Circuit? It's still the shape of Yoshi. That's pretty cool. Other than that, it has like this section where there's a bunch of like, I would call it island sort of with the plants on it you have to drive past. That's pretty interesting. There's this skip through a waterfall which is kind of cool, but I always end up, when I do that with a mushroom, I always end up falling off the stage on the other side because I kind of go too fast. But this is definitely better than a lot of things. Because it's like super interesting. Nice drive, long curves. This track has a billion short. I think it doesn't have as much, but it still has like a good amount. Yeah. So this is probably better than Dry Desert. Excitebike Arena. My opinion on Excitebike Arena changed drastically recently. I don't know why that is. But I just think I came to appreciate the minimalist design and that this stage is basically all skill. There's no stupid shortcut which you can do with a mushroom. It's just all very clean gameplay, where you do like, if you drive the optimal route and you do all your tricks and stuff, you have a good shot at winning. And I think like navigating the corners with the oil on it, or not the oil, there's mud, right? Is really interesting. It's really basic, but it's like really good. So this is, in my opinion, is an A tier track. Dragon Driftway sucks. I like the theme. I really want to like Dragon Driftway, but the corners are set up in such a way where you again need this wide drift to really to enjoy the stage on 150cc. If you don't have the drift, there's like corners that feel miserable. You have to go extra slow on, so it doesn't suck. There's like the section where you can do 3 tricks in a row. That's pretty cool. I like that. But other than that, like, driving inside the dragon is cool. Everything, like, theme-wise, everything design-wise on the stage is really cool. But, like, the layout, I don't like it. I don't like the layout of Dragon Driftway. So it's like a D-tier stage. It's probably here. Mute City. Mute City is the one of the 2 F-Zero tracks in this game, giving this, like, racing crossover basically, and I love it. I think it's so sick. I think this is also really cool because you get passive income. You get coins from just driving on these rainbow sections of the thing, so I don't have to worry about hitting coins. By the way, coins is one of the most stupid mechanics in the entire game. Yeah, this is really clean gameplay. You go really fast on it, feels nice, feels fast. Doesn't feel jank or bullshit in any way. It's really enjoyable. Wario's Goldmine. Wario's Goldmine is back and maybe better than ever. The rainbow section on Mute is the energy refiller in F-Zero. That makes sense. I actually haven't played an F-Zero game with energy refiller. The only ones I've played, or I played one, I think it's the SNES one, where you just, if you bump into the stage, you lose health. And that's it. Wario's Goldmine, this is a Wii classic. Everybody plays on a Wii. I still don't like the bat section. I think the bat section is stupid. I don't like driving against bats. Like that. I don't like that. But other than that, I think I actually like it more that if you hit these cards, you get the speed boost. I bought F-Zero GX. It's amazing. Is that the Wii U game or... Wait, let me look it up. Yeah, oh no, it's a GameCube game. Right, that means I could actually play it, like, on an emulator. so don't tell anyone. Yeah. I think, like, the newer F-Zero one, the ones that, like, are more 3D actually look a lot better. And the 2D ones kind of frustrating to play. But then again, like, the 2D ones are free if you have Nintendo Switch Online. So Wario Goldmine. There's a cool trick at the end where you can skip a bunch, like, yeah, kind of like a shortcut. I think it's better than the Wii track. Yeah, this is probably here somewhere. Free. Oh yeah, $20 a year, and it's still a scam. It's still too expensive at $20 a year. Rainbow Road, the third and final Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I think it's the second best one. I actually like driving this one. There's like these small little ramps you can trick off. The layout feels pretty good. Yeah, there's the part where the stage... Imagine having a functioning internet connection. It doesn't matter, right? Because if you don't have a LAN adapter, your internet's gonna be shit anyway. If you have a Switch. You can have the fastest internet known to man, but the Switch's internet just sucks as well. It just doesn't matter. It's so stupid. So Rainbow Road. Yeah, I like it. It has the thing where like the stage does the waves, and you can trick off it when the thwomp bounces. You have to avoid hitting the thwomp. It's good. It's definitely up. It's not as good as the other Rainbow Road. I probably wouldn't even put it in the same tier. I would put it up here currently. Ice Ice Outpost. Ice Ice Outpost's entire gimmick is that it has like these two different tracks that go alongside other, and you can cross over a bunch of times. There's a pretty cool skip. There's a few pretty cool skip. This is Ice Ice Outpost. I don't blame you if you've never seen it, but there's like this yellow track and this green track, and you can cross over in a bunch of sections, and there's a few shortcuts you can take. And it's alright. It's just, the gimmick's kinda lame. So I would put it like... at least it feels nice to drive. But other than that, I can't say much for it. Hyrule Circuit. Hyrule Circuit. I don't know how I feel about Hyrule Circuit. I mean, I think fundamentally it's pretty good, but it has two problems. Two big problems in my opinion. Is one, there's also a bunch of bats flying, like, against you. You just drive into these bats, and that sucks. But it only happens rarely. It's not as consistent as on the Wario Goldmine track. And the other part is there's like the section where you have like two tracks right next to each other, separated by like a fissure, I would call it. And these curves are done in a way where if you like have the drift I prefer, and you're gonna see this, like a lot of beef with stages comes like with the tight drift being bad on that particular section on 150cc. And most of the time you bonk into something because it's just like too much of a curve. It's just too wide. Bit disappointing since it's the only Zelda track. I guess if F-Zero got 2 and Captain Falcon is not in the game, and Link is in the game but only has one track, that's kind of weird. But then again, like, F-Zero's a racing game. The coins are rupees. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think this is a B track. Definitely better than a lot of those. Where would I put it? Probably like here, behind Electrodome. Baby Park, haha. GameCube classic. 7 laps. 7 laps of Baby Park action. And I hate Baby Park. I'm sorry, but this is a no-brain. This is a no-brain track where it's all luck, and it depends on if you get hit by something or not. And even if you're in the lead, it doesn't matter, because like you're gonna overlap people, and you're still gonna be alongside a bunch of players. So even if you have a good start, you're still gonna be hit by a lot of stuff because there's nothing to hide. Baby Park sucks. Baby Park is stupid. Baby Park is the worst track in the game. It has its own tier. Nothing is as bad as this stage. It's just a coin flip. It just feels so stupid. Cheeseland. I know a lot of people don't like Cheeseland, but there's like these little holes, these little craters you can trick out of. It has a few cool shortcuts. One where you like go under a cheese bridge. And like a few ramps where you need, for all of which you need mushrooms, by the way. But the layout's alright. I don't think it looks particularly good. But it's like a B tier track. It's like, at least it's like nice to drive, right? I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up. I'm not happy with B tier right now. Wild Woods. I think Wild Woods is good. I think it's just fundamentally solid. It's fun to drive. Has a bunch of like sections where you can choose where you go. The design is nice. I think it's better than DK Jungle, which might seem crazy because it's like obviously very similar to DK Jungle when it comes to the style. But I just think it's overall more fun to drive. So like, Probably here. Animal Crossing. I like Animal Crossing. I think it's really, really nice. The ambience is good. The coins are still coins on the map, but in your overlay, in your heads-up display, there is a they're just like bags from Animal Crossing. There's like this nook, whatever the currency in Animal Crossing is, which is kind of weird. Like you're collecting these coins, but in the bottom right of your screen, they're displayed as something else. But I don't care. Coins come out of the rock when you hit it, just like Animal Crossing, which is really cool. I think the stage is like really interesting. I bought Tokyo Mirage Session in Munich. Let me Google that. Isn't it the FE game? Yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE, the collab between like, which was supposed to be the collab between Persona and Fire Emblem. Or no, Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem, I think. Scott the Woz talked about this a bunch. The trailer I thought looked kind of weird. But again, it's like probably a crossover you'd be into. It makes a lot of sense. Kind of crazy that you didn't have the game before. So Animal Crossing. Good shortcuts. A lot of boosts. I like getting the item boxes out of the sky on the balloon. It has different seasons. Good music. I didn't want to factor music in because every track has good music. Probably an A-tier track. Probably here. Right. Neo Bowser City. I like this track so much at the start when I just played it offline on 100cc. This track was so good. But on 150cc, there's this one corner, and again, this is like my pet peeve, but with the tight drift, you can't take the corner. Just shoot off the edge every single time. It's so stupid. And the track would be so good otherwise, but I just can't drive on it. Which sucks. So I'm gonna put it low B as to not hoe it. One of New Bowser is an NGE reference. What is NGE? Alright, we only have 3 tracks left. Neon Genesis Evangelion? I have no clue. I would be surprised. I mean, it does have like this kind of futuristic style. Because it's like sort of cyberpunk-y a little bit. Ribbon Road for the Game Boy Advanced. This track is cool. I like the design. It's just at the end, there's like this... You can save so much time if you have a mushroom at the end. It's kind of stupid. Like, in that case, if it's like not a skill skip, you just need to have something that makes you fast at the very end. And she has Neo Tokyo City. If it's named like that, I could believe that it's a reference. It would make sense. But yeah, Ribbon Road. Ribbon Road's nice. Other than like the very last section where it's like you get a mushroom and you're gonna overtake like a bunch of people that have to drive all the way around. Has a few cool shortcuts. The design is cool. There's like the wind up Koopas or whatever are on the track. Yeah, this one's good. This one's good. Probably like around here. Super Battle Subway is, in my opinion, just the worst Toad's Turnpike. I think it's just like designed in such a way where if you want to take the fastest route possible, it's so likely you're gonna hit the subway. And it also has like a bunch of very slow sections for no reason, which I don't understand. So I would put this like here in low C. I think the idea is so cool, and that they can definitely make this a good track if the layout was a little bit different. Big Blue, another F-Zero stage, really good, but in my opinion, not as good as Mute City. It has 3 different laps, which I really enjoy. But like the water section is not as good. Like where the part where you drive like in the water streams. I like the track switching between like the red and green tracks. Yeah, but other than that, hold on, I will have to get the door for a second. Just give me a second. I'll be back. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my brother. So, all we got left is Big Blue, and talked about it. Not as good as the Mute City. I like that it has 3 different laps. I don't like the water section. I like that you have to switch between the red and green tracks. One propels you forward, one propels you backward. So I think this is like an A tier. Alright, just gotta put it here somewhere. Definitely better than Shy Guy Falls. Alright, I'm not happy with this layout, which means I have to move stuff around. There's no reality in which I don't move stuff around. Wait, there's a presentation mode? Ooh. Can I still move stuff? Wait, this is so much better. Well, alright. But my camera blocks a bunch of this stuff. Alright, never mind. Go back to normal view. Alright, fantastic. Alright, we have too much in B tier, which means we have to move stuff up and down. And also we have too little in S tier, and too much in A tier. Alright, so I'm gonna make a call. I'm putting Moo Moo Meadows, Big Blue. I think Shy Guy Falls is too high. Like, not tier-wise, but like, it's not better than a lot of these tracks. And I'm also gonna make the executive decision. There's a kink tier list? There's a tier list for everything. Wait, why did my baby park get... You stay down there, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna move Rainbow Road up here. Alright, this looks a lot better already. Cloudtop Cruise, while I like it, is not that good. I like Womp Ruins more than Sunshine Airport. I don't like Shy Guy Falls that much, to be honest. I probably like it about this much. Maybe this much. I like it more than Ribbon Road. I'm gonna have to move stuff down. Neo Bowser City is going in C. Sweet Sweet Canyon is going in C. Bone Dry Ruins is going in C. Can I afford to move stuff up? I mean, let's be real. A lot of the tracks are pretty good, right? So that it makes sense to be top heavy. And Mario's Circuit's not that good. Maybe I bump Rainbow Road up. Now that the other Rainbow Road... Now that the N64 Rainbow Road is up here, I can put this one up there comfortably. And I don't feel bad about it. Mario Circuit. No, that's fine where it is. Grumble Volcano's a C. I'm sorry. Actually, Super Bell Subway deserves to be moved down a bit more. It's just I just don't like driving on it. I don't think it feels good. Let's see. You know what? I think we're done. I don't think there's. I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy with the list as it stands. This is my opinion after playing a bunch online. And I actually noticed that there's a few tracks which never get into the online rotation, which sucks. So I can't judge them as accurately. Maybe Grumble Volcano's amazing. I just haven't driven on it in a while. But other than that, I'm happy. And with that, that's the end of the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track tier list. That's a long word. Yeah, and I'll see you hopefully sometime soon. At least like this stream, my internet didn't shit the bed, but maybe that's just because I'm looking at a website. So that'll be all from me. I'll see you next time.